freedom in Christ Jesus is not a license for committing sin. Freedom in Christ Jesus is not a license to live anyhow. No, because so many people don't really have this understanding when we talk about freedom in Christ Jesus. The thought is all about you living anyhow. That is mean you are not freedom in Christ Jesus. No. Freedom in Christ Jesus is talking about freedom in Christ Jesus is talking about that you are free from the penalty, the power and guilt of sin. That is what freedom in Christ Jesus is. It's not freedom to occasion to exercise your flesh. No, no, no. Galatians chapter 5 verse 1. It said, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Let me read King James. He said, Galatians chapter 5 from verse 1. King James. Let me read King James. Galatians chapter 5 verse 1. He said, stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. The yoke of bondage. So we have freedom in Christ, not freedom to exercise our flesh by committing sin. No, it's freedom from penalty, freedom from power and guilt of sin. So it is not freedom from something, but freedom to live a new life. So we have freedom in Christ to live a new life. That is the freedom we are talking about. So not freedom to sin, but freedom to live righteously and walk in truth. That is the freedom we are talking about. Because today so many people misunderstand the message of grace as if it's a license to commit sin. No, we are not giving people license to commit sin. We are just revealing what Christ has done for you so that you can take your stand. Just as Galatians chapter 5 verse 1 said, he says, stand firm, stand firm, stand firm in that freedom. Stand firm in that freedom that Christ has given to us. So we are no longer under bondage again. We are no longer under bondage again. So freedom from what again? Freedom from sin. So no longer a slave to sinful nature. We are no longer a slave to sinful nature. Romans chapter 6 verse 6 to 7. Romans chapter 6 verse 6 to 7. Romans chapter 6 verse 6 to 7. And I read, he said, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin. For he that is dead is free from sin. So you are dead in Christ. You are free from sin. That is the freedom that Jesus gave to us. You are dead in Christ. You are free from sin. You are no longer a sinner. Not like some people, they are a believer. When they want to pray, they will say, me a common sin. No, you are not a sinner. You are free from sin. You say you are free from sin. You must have that in your